everyone, it's Maki here. A new product from Mobile Suit Gundam War in the Pocket has been announced. It's a set of soft vinyl figures of Santa Claus and a snowman. These figures are just the right size to be displayed alongside high-grade model kits. They are also recommended as decorations to liven up Christmas. First off, what exactly is this balloon? Today, let's talk a bit about the balloon and the battles where it was used. Among the examples of its uses as a decoy during visible range combat with mobile suits in the Gundam series, there are instances where balloons shaped like mobile suits and weapons are used. In the Universal Century world, where mobile suits appear, they are designed to capture external images with cameras, which are then processed by computers and displayed on monitors inside the cockpit. Space is different from the Earth's environment. There is no air, and light is extremely unstable, depending on the position relative to the sun. Therefore, it is difficult for human eyes to accurately perceive distances and sizes, so these aspects are processed by a computer to convert them into images that are easier for humans to recognize. The computer uses accumulated data to synthesize these images. Therefore, balloons that are shaped like weapons, contain metal, and emit heat appear as weapons on the cockpit monitors. The phenomenon of Gundam Fogra 91 appearing to have duplicated itself is similar. This occurs when the machine misinterprets the state of the paint peeling off the heated surface of the machine. The balloons of Santa Claus and the snowman are not shaped like weapons. The balloons announced this time were used in conditions where visibility was impaired by smoke. Rather than being misinterpreted by cameras, they were successful in making Gundam's waste bullets due to the loud noise and sudden appearance. By distracting attention to the balloons, they successfully created an opportunity to engage in melee combat. Bernard Wiseman invented this tactic, which would later become standardized with his original ideas. Why did Bernard Wiseman have to resort to using Christmas illumination balloons for combat? It was because he was in a desperate situation. Let's go through the events in order. The story is set in the Universal Century 0079, the same era as the original Gundam. The war between the Earth Federation forces and the Principality of Zeon was heading towards its final battle. The Zeon forces detected the development of a new Gundam model. They had suffered greatly at the hands of the Gundam piloted by Admiral A. The Gundam was perceived as a single weapon with a significant impact on the entire course of the war. Therefore, the elite Cyclops team was ordered to destroy it. Their first mission ended in failure. They attacked a base transporting the Gundam and destroyed many enemies, but they couldn't prevent the launch of the transport plane. Bernard Wiseman was assigned to the Cyclops team as a replacement for the soldiers killed in this operation. The team's commander, Steiner, hardly observed the young recruit and the overall flow of the war and became convinced that the Zeon forces were going to lose. However, as soldiers, they had to fulfill their duty. They began a mission to destroy the Gundam being secretly constructed in the neutral zone of the Site 6 colony. The operation was executed with a simultaneous attack, a raid by the mobile suit camper, and direct sabotage by members of the Cyclops team. However, the mission failed. The Cyclops team was wiped out, leaving only Bernard behind. Bernard decided to continue his mission. He had the option to surrender to the Earth Federation forces. conducting combat in a neutral zone is an international issue. Of course, the Earth Federation forces manufacturing the Gundam were in a similar situation. There is a reason for this. After learning of the Cyclops team's failure, Lieutenant Colonel Killing of the Zeon forces decided to launch a nuclear attack on the colony. It was a tyrannical plan that disregarded civilian casualties and international issues. Killing reasoned as follows: the Antarctic Treaty, a wartime treaty, was made between the Earth Federation forces, and the Principality of Zeon Site 6 is not involved in this treaty, so it's not a problem to attack it with nuclear missiles. It's an act of massacre against civilians, a serious war crime. Given that the colony was hosting the Earth Federation's Gundam manufacturing base, it's not impossible to interpret the colony as part of the Earth Federation. But if that's the case, then the Antarctic Treaty must be upheld, regardless of the perspective. A flawed logic led to the decision of a nuclear attack on the colony. Knowing this, Bernard resolved to destroy the Gundam. His surrender would be meaningless if the colony was attacked with nuclear weapons. He was forced to engage in combat with an inadequately equipped Zaku. To compensate for this situation, the balloons of Santa Claus and the snowman were introduced. Despite their cute appearance, they appeared as a representation of Bernard's tragic resolve. What was the outcome of the story? If you haven't watched this work yet, I highly recommend viewing it. War in the Pocket is an early entry in the Gundam series, but remains a masterpiece with many fans to this day. It's a story about a young boy who, unaware of the realities of war, perceives it as something cool, only to witness the true nature of war. It portrays the casual interactions of soldiers on the front lines and the harsh realities of conflict. Bernard's mission to destroy the Gundam has a name: Operation Christmas. This name is derived from the date it was carried out, December 25th. To protect the peace of Christmas and the everyday lives of people, Bernard challenges the Gundam. The Santa Claus and Snowman balloon figures will be sold at various Gundam-based stores. They will be released on November 23, 2023 at the price of around $11. Release dates and prices may vary depending on regional transportation schedules and exchange rates. Please be aware. These figures, along with the Zaku, represent the comrades who stood against the Gundam to save the lives of the people in the colony.